Hello everyone. It's morning in North America and evening in Europe, and we're broadcasting live from Northern Ireland. And this is the first time that we've been able to have a live sermon from Dr. Thiel. We normally have recorded sermons that he did the week before, and a sermonette as well in the normal service format. Dr. Thiel asked me to tell you a little bit about myself first, so I'll tell you about my Christian background and how I ended up in the Continuing Church of God. When I was 7 years old, I joined the Church of England choir as a choir boy, and I stayed as a choir boy until I was 12. My voice broke around that time, and I couldn't sing very well after that, but I had another job because I became a Sunday school teacher, and they gave me the job of teaching the 5-year-olds. At the same time, I started listening to Mr. Armstrong from the radio ships, and I learnt a lot. I always listened to the broadcasts every time they were on. By the time I got to 15, I was looking after teaching the 12-year-olds, and at the same time, the broadcast stopped around that time. A year goes by and I become 16, and I receive a letter one day in the post from the minister asking me not to come to church anymore. So I obviously learnt quite a bit from Mr. Armstrong, because I was teaching what they obviously considered was heretical, I would imagine. Unfortunately, the radio broadcasts ended, and I had never written in for information about the church. I had no idea where the church was. I'd changed my life. I'd learnt various things that I shouldn't do and things I should do. But I lost touch completely. And I tried a few churches over the years, and I never found anything that really fitted. When I was 21, when I was 21, I was asked by a girl I knew who was a Red Cross cadet officer if I would take over her unit, because I was previously a junior Red Cross cadet, and she said that she wanted me to take over because she was getting married. So I agreed to do that, and then just before she left in the transition period, she said to me that she had a girl that worked in her shop that was being teased by other girls because she'd never been out on a date, and would I take her out? So I said yes, I would. And within a very short time of my relationship, I suddenly found out that she had a whole stack of Plain Truth magazines and nearly all of the church booklets. So I was once again, God got me back in touch in a very unusual way, back in touch. This time, of course, I was then an adult, and I was then able to attend church. If I tried to attend as a young teenager, I don't think that they would have let me come in by myself without my parents, and it would have probably put me off completely. So everything was done in good order, and it worked out well. The only booklet that my girlfriend didn't have was Where is the True Church? So for a whole year I was tithing to the Church of England, where I was then attending with her. Then as soon as I found out, I asked to join the Worldwide Church of God, and I've been a Church of God Christian ever since. In 2013, I suddenly found cogwriter website and started reading. And in 2014, I asked Dr. Thiel if I could become a member of the church. It took me 2 whole years before I found out all the extra information that Dr. Thiel had accumulated over the years. The difference between being in the church in the 70s and the 80s is that all of the research in those days had to be done in libraries, whereas now Dr. Thiel had access to the internet, and he was able to put things together a lot more. And it took me the whole 2 years before all of this extra information that I learned from the Continuing Church of God that I didn't learn before in any of the other churches. I would like to tell you a little bit more about the Skype service that I'm on at the moment. We have live members. We have members in various countries. We have three services that are the main ones that I know of. There is one in Australia, which is 12 hours different to us. So unless they're going to wake up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, they can't meet with us. So there's a service in Australia which covers Australia and New Zealand in that time zone. There is the United Kingdom and North American service that we're on at the moment, and there is also another service from Serbia covering Eastern Europe. Wherever you are, we would love to have you come and join us, please. Come and gather with us, as you've heard Dr. Thiel say many times that we should do. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you're very welcome to come and join our services each week. All you need to do is be able to put Skype onto your phone or onto your computer or onto your tablet, and then you can join with us each week. So please come. This is Jaison Curtis for the Continuing Church of God.